Hey, welcome. San Mateo County real estate market update. We're going to be reviewing the data today, January 2026, comparing that to the data from last year. I'm going to look at what happened with single family homes and what's going on with condos and townhomes. If you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You might notice something new. We have created today new setup. Right? So we got a new setup today. I make videos like this, San Francisco, San Mateo County, real estate market updates, neighborhood tours, walkthroughs, community spotlights, local business spotlights, real estate related content. Without further ado, let's jump right in. We're gonna start with single family home data. San Mateo County, January 2025. The number of new listings that hit the market last year was 312. This year, January 2026, it was 305. So just a slight decrease, 2%. Inventory levels, however, end of the month, when we say inventory, what I'm saying is the number of homes for sale on the last day of the month. That's what the inventory number is. 267. January 2026, that number is 318. Increase of 19%. That's pretty significant. It's a lot more inventory to change year over year. The number of sold homes last year was 155. This year, that number is 157. So a slight 1% increase. Now, even though there's a lot more homes for sale, that's pretty significant. Average days on market is pretty much unchanged. Last year was 37 days. This year, that number is 36 days. Average sales price last year was $2,443,000 and some change. This year, that number is $2,743,000 and some change. So an increase of 12% year over year for the average sales price. Median sales price last year was $1.8 million. This year, that number is $1,927,000. So a 7% increase year over year. Median price per square foot last year was $1,113. This year, that number is $1,102. So a decrease of 1% year over year. Percentage of list price received last year was homes were selling for 4% over the asking price, and this year they are selling for 3% over the asking price. So in general, January is all in all going to be a little bit slower of a time. We're right, on the heels of Christmas, New Year's data that comes out for January, like for example, sold data, average prices, days on market, price per square foot, all of those things are taking into account what's sold in December, but closed escrow in January. So just keep that in mind that there's a little bit of a delay with this data. Sales volume last year, January 2025, was 378 million and some change. And this year, that number is 430 million and some change. So actually an increase of 14% year over year. And that kind of makes sense because basically the same number of homes sold, but price is up. So months of inventory last year was 1.2. This year, that number is still 1.2. So still a very hot seller's market. Okay, let's jump into condos and townhomes. January 2025, there was 131 new listings that hit the market. January 2026, that number is 124, a slight decrease, 5%. Inventory levels last year was 178. This year, that number is 192. So again, a slight increase, this time of 8%. Year over year. Sold listings last year was 48. This year, that number is 55. So a 15% increase year over year. Although, even though it's a double-digit percentage increase, it's still not that many. I mean, less than 100 seems kind of low number of sales. But again, that will take you to something that actually sold in December, right? Because let's say a home was listed for sale December 5th, and then they accepted an offer on December 15th. Usually it's 21 to 30 days escrow to close, and then that's when that sale is recorded and that data becomes public. So and that will happen in January. So we're looking at this January data, but that's kind of delayed from December data. So it's true of single family homes, condos, townhomes. Average days on market last year was 56. This year that number is 60. So up a slight amount, and that's pretty long time for average for homes to sit on the market in our area. Average sales price last year was $1,038,000 and some change. This year, that number is $978,000 and some change. So a decrease of 6% year over year. Median sales price last year was $919,500. This year, that number is $830,000. Decrease of 10% year over year. Percentage of list price received last year was 100%. This year, that number is 99%. Not really much of a change. Sales volume was just a tad bit below $50 million last year. This year, that number is just a little bit below $54 million. So a 8% increase year over year. And last year, months of inventory was 2.2 months. This year, that number is 2.3 months. So we're still kind of hovering in this semi-buyer market, semi-seller market for condos and townhomes in San Mateo County, but seems that it's not a great time to be a seller for condos, townhomes in San Mateo County. It feels like a lot of people are moving out of the peninsula in this market, in this price point, and moving into the city. And what that's, and the reason why I feel that way is I'm seeing the reverse trends in San Francisco. As I'm making this video, that data for San Francisco is not out yet. It should be out within the next couple of days, and then we'll make the video then and post it later. But in my opinion, what's happening is a lot of the people in these price points, the high six figures to the low to maybe even mid seven-figure range, folks are thinking, well, okay, I could buy this condo or townhome in the peninsula, and it's not really much for me to do there compared to San Francisco, which is kind of on the upswing, and restaurants opening and nightlife and Warriors games and Giants games, probably closer to work, and the Mission and Soma and downtown and Noe Valley and just like fun stuff to do in the city. So I feel like a lot of the people in these price points are probably going to skew probably a little bit younger or older, and either way are more interested in being walking distance close to where the action is, to restaurants, to fun, and not necessarily as concerned with things like school districts and, quietness of the community, if that makes sense. So anyways, hope you found this video interesting, enjoyable, and valuable. And if you did, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, leave any questions, comments, anything in the comment section of this video. And of course, as always, I am an active real estate broker, and I help people to buy and sell real estate anywhere in the San Francisco Bay Area. Please don't forget and don't hesitate to reach out. You can find my contact info wherever you're watching this video. Thanks again.